All right, hello. It's Saturday night. We're back for yet another stream. Hope everyone's having an excellent Saturday and an excellent weekend so far. It's good to be back streaming as always. Going to be doing some few different things from what we've been the last few streams. If we're lucky, we'll get to start the next project by the end of the stream. The next new project anyway, but want to move the ball on some in-process stuff tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, hope everyone's having a great weekend. I'm going to jump in the chat, say hello, and all that good stuff before I do a couple quick things before I forget. Number one, if you enjoy these streams, do please hit that like button. It helps more people see the stream, which I think is generally a good thing. How many more places can I turn off notifications? Let's turn, maybe that's it. Maybe we'll stop hearing the Discord beeps in a moment. And then also, special treat, we haven't done this in quite a while. I think it was July last year is the last time I did it when I went to update the code, but we do have a live 10 code active tonight, so 10% off all in-stock items during the stream tonight, so take advantage if you would like. And all that said, I'm going to jump in the chat, say hello, and then I'll start talking about what we're working on to start off the night. So what's up, Wolfpack, Dylan Dull, Lord Kronos, Maverick Entity, Matrix Kage, Adam Champo, Matthew Mahoney, just putting up for most of the basement run I've been working on, and a building for now, on to organizing. Nice. Okay, Coleslaw, what's up? Big deal, how's it going? Solid Monkey, John Ventura, Go Zero, Dank is Dank, Baka ZCO, Lego Yoda, Rob Sadler, Heathcliff. What's going on, guys? All right. I'm caught up with the chat. So, first project of the evening. I've got two of these painted so far. These 30-minute mission submachines and decaled and all that good stuff. I got the third one I finished painting a while back. Well, finished is maybe overly optimistic. I got the first coat of colors on there, and there's a little bit of masking I need to do, so that way when I get a chance to spray again, didn't get to do it last week, but next chance I get to spray, I want to be able to spray that second color coat and move that project along, so that way I can hopefully get to painting the fourth one for that diorama. What's up, Butter Knuckles, Velocidad? How's everyone doing? Start the Legion of Thor tonight while I watch. Let's go. Nice. So, gonna do a little bit of masking. Once the masking is done, I have a couple kits I want to panel line, and then from there we will move on to something new, I think. What's everybody up to tonight? You guys building along, or what? Look at that! I forgot about that. I drilled the barrels on these other ones. I should drill the barrels on these too. Seems about right. Black Zero kit came in Friday. It's my first Magnet kit. Nice. Painting Nice Solid Monkey. Playing Bellatra. May start dawning in a bit if this run peters out. Should have drilled this out while it was before I painted it, but before I primed it, rather. No worries though, we'll take care of it. So Roadrunner, nice. What's up, Julius? Baka's ACO starting. I need drawing for my grandmother. Cool, what are you drawing? call those good. Starting to build the MG Advanced Hazel tonight. Nice. Those AOZ kits are pretty cool. Some photo etch pieces to narrative for a cop for a local show tomorrow. Nice. Which show is it? One I've heard of? Good evening, everyone. What's up, Rob Rosencrantz? Making some more paint station to clear up some cardboard and taking pics of some kits to post on IG. Nice. Let's finish a new Blade Liger kit that I got from Mecha Warehouse yesterday. Thank you. I'm gonna pay in line during the stream. Nice. It's an HGG Quux, and it's giving me RG vibes with how small some of the pieces are. Everyone excited for a good stream. What's up, Young Hero? Alright. Masking time. I can't remember how I did these. I'm masking the barrels on these two pieces. So I gotta somehow get all around that. It's been a long time since I have attempted any masking. BuffCon in Buffalo, New York. Haven't heard of it, but best of luck and hope you have fun. Should have a hobby knife over here. My bench is such a mess. Here it is. I really need to reorganize things here. Get that all sorted out. I'm really thinking about the Hobby Zone stuff. I think it'd be pretty cool to oh yeah, I think I might have cut these down maybe last time. You know, building a bit of a setup where I could stash a lot of the stuff that I use sporadically. Build and not hurt. I may start my Gundam Menace. Nice. Our old house. I have one photo of it. Work on MG Banshee Norn while watching this. Cool Loner Nick. Welcome to the stream. It's a little big. A-Weeks K, what's going on? He built that kit. Oh, that was hilarious at the end of the stream last week. Anybody who missed it, you missed out on quite entertaining turn of events. Definitely a unique stream drawing experience. Happened last week. Hey, Gojira, what's up? So last week, Tyson knocked won the stream giveaway on like the second draw or something. Decided he didn't want the kit and wanted the backup prize. And we said, okay, we'll make that happen. We can do that. And then proceeded to win the main prize again. Hey, Anthony Sermoshi. And that was after, I think it was like, I don't know, the 11th draw or something. We had so many failed draw attempts, it was nuts. Was this how I did it? I wish I remembered how I did this. It was so... It came out really good. Did I go across first and then around? That might have been what I did. I'm going to remask this. Get my bearings. Haven't done any masking in forever, so... One wild weekend on the stream. Yeah, definitely. It's the last couple streams, so I'm glad to catch this one. Well, welcome back, Adam. I've missed a few weeks here and there as well, so it's good to be getting back in a consistent rhythm again. There we go, make use of all my fancy tools here too. I should have turned it up the other way, whatever. Oh, you're winning twice, but technically winning the same prize twice in one stream. Yeah, that's definitely unique. We've had, I think we've had people win more than once in like a charity stream before, but that's kind of a unique kind of circumstance as it is, with a ton more draws than the typical stream, so it's much less nuts. If the MDVR to hit the store anytime on the kit, they're coming soon, I know for sure. I think one of our distributors had them arrive. Here's how many winners have won on multiple streams, given the number of regulars. We've definitely had some people win 2 or 3 times at this point, I want to say. I almost wish I had recorded like all our historical winners. I could probably recreate it if I really, really wanted to, but I don't really want to. That would be tedious and time consuming. Okay, there we go. And then some real rough mask to cover everything else up. Won 3 times that I can remember. Which for over a year, to not won a single drawing, truly random win. Yeah, and random does weird stuff like that, right? You can have random and have somebody win a bunch of times because it's random. And you could also have random and have somebody never win. And you could have random that creates the improbable but entertaining combination of events that we had last week. Or other crazy things, you know? Curious how big a trucks you don't get from suppliers. You have that big overhead door, so you get in semi-truckloads of gear at a time. No. We're a lot of our distributors aren't sending stuff on pallets to us these days. Back in Concord, the large space, there was a period where we were receiving full truckloads pretty soon after we moved, but right now we typically receive more frequent but smaller shipments. We don't have a forklift, we don't have a dock right now, so if we can avoid receiving palletized and truckloads of stuff, we kind of do, because it's inconvenient. Alright, so that's one down. Alright, do this one too. Let's see if it'll be easier to do like that. I don't think I've ever masked on stream before. I really do want to get back to painting, airbrushing. I keep saying this is the week I'm going to do it, so I'm not going to say that this is the week I'm going to do it, so that way maybe my luck will actually change. Device you have on your bench from you a little bit ago. It's been super handy. It's definitely nice for certain things. Some decal stuff, masking, things where you need another set of hands. I've got a few other some other Vice type stuff, I think, from Disbay that I had sitting in my office at the warehouse before we moved, that at some point I'll break out. Investing in airbrush finally. Only really snap build besides the Redacted 2. I'm leaning towards non-toxic paints. I like the acrylics Vallejo. Saturday painting tonight, or is it just prep work? Just prep work. I've been meaning to mask this for, I don't know, like a year and a half or something ridiculous. For the third of my 30-minute submachines. So I figured I'm doing some stuff tonight to try to move the needle on some in-progress progress kits before I start something new. So I'm going to do this. I've got a couple kits I plan on panel lining before I start the next new snap build. Apartments or rattle cans are just too much for my small space. Definitely. I want to look at getting a one of the Pace air booths and upgrade my setup. I need to get into a painting rhythm before I do, though, I think, because I feel like investing in a piece of equipment like that and then not using it would be kind of stupid. And unless I'm already using it, I feel like I'm going to curse myself to do something like that. What's up, Rodrigo? Things are going well. How are you? So between that and then the hobby zone, I need to start looking at maybe coordinating, since we do have a kind of limited deal. Then we did a previous kind of special order only thing for hobby zones, so it'd be cool to do another one. I need some stuff. And I think that would be a good answer to what I'm trying to solve. Alright, let's call that one done. I just finished work. I'll pick up my stuff from the cart, enjoy the stream, and build my first SD while we're all here. Nice. Which SD? SD kits can be fun. I want to break one out at some point. Go do some like a palette cleanser. I like the paint. I got some I had masked up actually. That's like 5 streams worth of masking right there, though, to mask a good SD kit. So I want to do these missiles too, and I want to mask off the end. Will be one color. And it's a ton of work, decent amount of masking, but I kind of want to mask the back half of these fins. I don't know if you can, how well they show up here. There's a nice panel line to kind of separate where I might mask them. CW Heroes, Arthur, Gundam Mark III. Oh, that's cool. Like, and how or the top these look, well, a bit silly at the same time. It's a different vibe, but a cool one nonetheless. First girl kit was the AUV Susan Nova Regalia. Went from the charity stream, interested in branching out to other girl kits. Does anyone have any recommendations for great girl kits? That's a good question. I don't have any. There's only one girl kit that I'm actually interested in, and that's the Optimus cross-frame girl that was, we got it. I think we have it up in pre-order. We might have sold out of the pre-orders. Probably gonna snag one of those. Otherwise, I'm not super interested in the category. Just straight build the MGSD Swing Zero. Great little kit. It's my first SD. Cool. I haven't built an MGSD yet. Anybody who has, do they really count as an SD in your estimation? So I think the tip of this missile ends up being yellow or white. I think white goes well with the gray. And I think I'm going to try this will be fun. Need more angle. Oh. Can I get more angle, or is that probably doesn't work that way? I'll build the Kotobuki Illusions kit. Can't wait for the new Racing Miku. Managed to snag a Gundam Unicorn perfectibility, but I think building all the gimmicks is going to drive me nuts. Say no compared to the other side I get to build. It's like RG compared to HG. It's kind of what I figured. You're masking and missiles. Make your checker patterns of orc rockets from 40k. I've been thinking about 40k a lot the last like week or so. I caught a video on painting. So I got the bug to paint that artifact that I did, and I got a couple other artifacts I want to build and paint at some point. And the thought of getting some like Space Marines for old time's sake and trying to learn how to paint well has crossed my mind. GSD line is its own magnificent lead. GSD Strike Freedom was an awesome build, proportional as yeah, it's an SD kit, but details are off the scale. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. GSD kits are nothing like SD kits, and GSD should be the next on-stream kit you build. I have one here. I do want to build it at some point. Just really want to move the needle on finishing work in progress stuff, and I want to paint my MGSD. I think I built any girl kits, but I own 3 Soul Raptor, ATK Girl, City 21, Hurricane, Assault Avenger, so there's to build an Iron Hand baby carrier on stream. I got the MGSD early when it releases. I plan on getting that one too. Trying to get the masking tape where I want it for this piece is annoying, to say the least. Looks like it's off at an angle or something. There must be a better way to do this. I kind of like that as a technique. Try this again. Other MGSD besides the Barbatos is the only one I see people building all the time. Was the Freedom? Was the first one actually? Tried masking parts once, I don't have the patience for it. Yeah, it's not not the easiest. Definitely a way to practice patience. For sure. There we go. That's one of 4 intersections on one of 2 missiles. the wing of my backlog, but the Barbatos and the Freedom are great solid builds. Cool. Being a hobbyist, patience would go hand in hand, but sometimes no. No, I mean, not everybody does the hobby specifically because they're patient, or even for patience. I think the fact that the kits come in colored plastic kind of actually is indicative that a lot of people that participate in the hobby don't have patience. They're designed for people that don't have patience, because you don't have to paint them, and painting is the part that requires the most patience, I think. Gunpla is free to be as patient or impatient as you'd like. I need to put up my sign. I got it as like a birthday gift. My wife and kids made me. Gunpla is freedom. I need to get that hung up at some point. I was thinking this last couple days too. I mean, I'll tell you, working up here now that the space is cleaned up and I turned my work desk around, so I'm staring at my backlog all day when I'm working from home now. It's a bad combo for me. It's rough, to say the least. And but anyway, I've got my Argama deck, and I think I want to put it on the wall behind my head, basically right above where, oh man, maybe the height won't work, or maybe I gotta change the angle of this camera. Gotta lower it down somehow or raise it up. Maybe raising it up would work. I want to put the Argama deck back there that I have, that I built. It was at the warehouse. I think it'd be really cool to display that, put some kits on it. And then I also have one of the acrylic Mecha Warehouse signs, and I want to put that up behind me too. I have to figure out how I'm going to mount it, because not having drywall up at the moment is kind of a problem for that. Backlog, build a SNCC, you know you want to. That's very, very much the feeling. Kits you have in the backlog, I have a lot. I could probably count them, most of them from here, because I can see half my backlog. Excuse me, but it's a lot. I'll sit there procrastinating from work stuff, and I'll see it, or I'll be in a Zoom meeting and I'll just see the stuff behind the camera, behind the screen, and I'll just sit there and go, I should build that next, but I also want to build that next. Maybe I can build both at the same time while building a third one with my feet, you know? Like, I heard some people on Facebook how Gunpla builders are not real models because you can just snap build, not have anything to do with fitment or painting. Just think of needing to get the work done so you can look at more kits online to add to said backlog, right? Alright, so I mentioned at the beginning we're giving away a Sky Freedom, Wing Gundam Sky Freedom, I think. So, actually, I can clear that all. I need to get that off the board here. All the giveaway class stuff. Alright, so first draw of the night. Let's do this. Let's do a number between 10 and 600. And what is the best mecha movie? Doesn't have to be anime, maybe preferably not anime. Watched Pacific Rim with the family tonight for movie night. So 10 to 600, what is the best mecha movie? Perhaps non-anime. Number 1, number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win. And the answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comment for your valid entry. Model ship builders going off. Couple builders for not having to soak their parts in boiling water for 2 hours so everything fits correctly. Iron Giant is definitely a mecha, right? Close enough. Robot Jocks. That's on Amazon. I was looking for a movie tonight and I came across that. Is that any good? I laughed. But I saw Pacific Rim was on there and I haven't seen Pacific Rim until tonight, so we went with Pacific Rim. I was pleasantly surprised. It was better than I thought it was going to be. All right. So, part 2 here. Do I want the nozzle part to also be white? Only the first Pacific Rim, the second is garbage, is it? Thanks for the sub, Sheldon Kadavi. Keep that part white too. Save me from having a mask step. I think I'll make that part white too. I think that'll look good. The second one isn't that bad. When I brought up the trailer, Kate thought she was gonna fall asleep watching the movie. Because I guess the trailer wasn't super exciting for her. But I feel like we both stayed pretty well engaged. Fight scenes in Uprising are bad. The one Pacific Rim were better because they had more weight and half the movements, but the second one had robot smash action that I like. It's not that bad, but it's not as good as the first. Mecha fight's good, everything else in the movie is hot garbage. Pacific Rim Uprising has Gundam cameo in it. Like, I kind of expected with Pacific Rim that it would be I'm just purely here for the robots fighting the giant monsters. But I feel like there was enough going on outside that to keep me interested. Still a little campy like most sci-fi movies are, but Robot Jocks is just amazing popcorn schlock. It's a must-see for anyone with middling or less standards in the best way possible. So Grim and IBO got me to rediscover Gundam and led me into the Gunpla hobby. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I'm gonna try going about this differently. And actually I need before I forget, I need to cover all the rest of this. Think about it. Did anyone else find weird how the monsters gave humans just enough time to build robots to fight back with? Don't know why I didn't think of it until now. I mean, like any sci-fi movie, there's usually some major plot holes to make the whole thing work. So Wild Uprising HD kit, the seller's table of Mosquito Con today was Bracer Phoenix, so I had passed, but I haven't seen one of those in years. Yeah. It's been a while. Remember Attic Days having the Pacific Rim kits and stuff. Tough question tonight. Not many well-known mecha moves type Pacific Rim and the Gundam re-edits. There we go. What's up, Zero Gauge? Like, how would you have blue one Pacific Rim, and who would you co-pilot it with? Well, one, you'd have to make some major changes because Blue 01's significantly smaller and wouldn't fit size-wise with all that. But I'm not sure who I'd pilot it with. I'd like to say Kate. She's a good co-pilot, but I don't know that if I had to fight giant monsters that she's the one that would help me fight giant monsters. Metaphorically, yes. Actually, maybe not. Next question. 10 to 400 new mecha movie that's not Pacific Rim, RoboJocks, or Gundam Read. There are some mecha movies in the 80s that are pretty cringy in today's standards. I think the suit's down to focus on speed. I'll start working single pilot design in. I'm gonna call time in just a moment here. Get ready to do this draw. Whipped up my workbench from sanding custom parts to the MG RGM 79. Cool. All right. 10 to 600 is the range. Let's call time. Okay, time has been called. 2:47. I don't see a winner. I'll let you guys confirm if that's the case. We'll draw again a little bit. No winners. Okay. Wrong side of the thing. A lot of my projects, I feel like I underestimated how much effort this would be. I figured this would take me like 20 minutes and then I would be off to the races on panel lining, but it seems like I'm going to spend at least half the stream working on masking. Started watching Big O again. I would love the Big O mech. There is one from Good Smile. We had one, what, like a year ago? Maybe 8 months ago, something like that. It's pretty popular. Good Smile actually made all the bigs. Where does it start watching Big O? Let's start with that one. I have one of the Big O on my backlog. The Good Smile actually made all the, so all the big, like all the other. There's another big something. A Big Doe and Big Foul. I remember watching a little bit of Big O, but I don't know that I watched more than the occasional episode when it was on. And we're so spoiled now, being able to watch stuff on demand more easily. There's so many shows back in the day you caught like an episode or two of, and you never really could watch the whole thing. And kids growing up today have no idea what that's like. The only time you only catch like an episode of something might be if you go to a friend's house or something and watch what they're watching. But mostly Batman with Max. Yeah, I remember watching a few episodes and I got the gist of it, but I never really got into it enough to like make sure I was in front of the TV at the same time every day to watch it. But I feel like even then, like I feel like if I were growing up now and I had a friend over and was like, oh, you should totally check out this show I like to watch, I would go on whatever streaming service or something and I would find them episode 1. Or if I knew it started slow, maybe find them an episode from halfway in to get them hooked. The amount of times you watch a random show because nothing else is interesting on, and the amount of times you watch a random show and then have no idea what that show is or how to watch it again. Like I remember that happening a bunch of times. Like, this is super cool, and then not ever being able to watch that show again because I had no idea what it was or any recollection of what I was doing when I saw it. The struggles were real in those days. I was on Community years ago. I caught the Pillow Fort documentary episode from like season 3. I went back and started from episode 1 that day. Community is a good show. We watched the whole thing one time. I could see going back and doing that again too because it was a good show. You know, Google to try and investigate and find out what you were watching. Right, like you had to just like you had to know what it was, or maybe you could catch the TV guide and figure out what you stumbled on somehow, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. Let's see, let's just come apart. Can I do this without breaking it? I can. I'm gonna cheat. Let's see, 6 seasons in a movie. Sweet, alright. Problem solved in that one. Best way to mask is to disassemble the stuff around it. Good old days, we need to remember TV channel numbers, but then a friend had different cable provider, the channels were all different. Yeah. When I'm back in high school, if I wanted to watch Shaman King, I had to wake beforehand because it was the only time of the day to air it. Statement, you had no idea that shows like Gravemaster or Mara even aired. I haven't heard of them. What's up, Bisquizoide? I'm going Mitchell mode. I have someone track an anime called Hikaru no Go. 33 in my mind is always forever associated with Nickelodeon because that was what it was when I was 5 years old, and that's all I needed to know. Saw it once, but only remember vague details. Alright, now for the most challenging of the masks. The round edge. And which way do I want to paint this? Probably should have painted it the other color. It'd probably be easier to mask around the edge than to mask the circle. Maybe I do. We're gonna try it. I think I'm gonna use my gritter to do it too. For different sci-fi shows, anime take on the subject like mechs and spaceships. There's always similarities, but the differences are what makes them awesome. See if I can do this gently first before I try to cut the tape. Masking weird geometries is always fun. I don't know if there's a Big Zam model kit. I just saw the kind of 1979 episode where it appears and crazy about the horribly cool design. I don't think so. I feel like that's a common gag. Outlaw Star. Outlaw Star had interesting backs. I remember being really into whatever that pistol was too. Yeah. Things here with this kit tonight. I haven't even opened the box yet. a Big Sam kit in 1981, but just figures since then. The more you know. Let's see. Membership has been done before, but how it made it the key character of the show is unique. SD Kit 2001. Exam would be so logistically difficult. Every Gundam already had model kit released, but as I watched the show, I found there's a bunch of ships and stuff that doesn't have model kit. A lot of stuff doesn't. HGs represent a lot of stuff, but there's definitely a lot of stuff that doesn't have any kit as well. Gonna 3D print and make my own sci-fi ship models in the future. That's definitely a way to go. I've thought about getting into 3D printer relatively recently, but not quite ready for it yet. Need more time. Definitely don't have enough time in my hands. Busy refitting the wing to make any grunts, right? Alright, so I think I'm set on the masking. I'll put this off to the side and let's switch gears to panel lighting. This stuff out of the way. Buy 144 Big Zam, but I'm also a freak, so take it with a grain of salt. That'd be like Dendrobian money, yeah. Wouldn't be a cheap one for sure. Alright, let's figure out the next draw here. All right, I got an idea. So let's do a number from 10 to 450, and what other kind of stuff would you like to see on the stream, content-wise? Is there other stuff to do? I just did some masking. I did some panel lining. I've done decals. Is there anything else? Is there stuff you'd like to see more of? Maybe it's just more snap building. I don't know. So 10 to... Got a mess from my paper shredder, made it into this box. 10 to 450, and what other stuff would you like to see on the stream outside of what's been the norm? Number one number per person doing gameplay. One number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to U.S. addresses. You must be present to win. And the answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comment for the valid entry. To the 450 and what kind of stuff you have to see on the stream. Painting. Kids joking. So the answer is Taco Bell reviews. I have to take the stream on the road. I couldn't get Taco Bell fresh enough here to want to eat it, I think. Tool tutorials. I want to do some scribing at some point. This would be a good one for black, probably. Where is this other hand? Oh, it's right here, duh. I think somebody asked, too, before this started, if I have a paint set up in my area here. So I have a spray booth actually behind me, right over this shoulder. It's not a very good one. A little portable spray booth. Kind of want to replace it with something better. Chicken Gundam is back. Yes, the most oddly proportioned Gundam. LED installation, that'd be interesting. I'm definitely not an LED expert. Done LED in one kit one time. Wouldn't mind doing more of that stuff though. Camera far back enough to you guys avoiding the top of my balding head on there. Surprised you broke the Thorn back out. Thorn is one of those kits that stays in the box. For Thorn, so awkward. I need to, I want to top coat it. And before I top coat it, I got to panel line it. Then I bring it to the warehouse, and everybody who comes in can enjoy seeing it when they come in the door. Use the word enjoy loosely. I thought you were going to bring out the hacksaw when I saw it come out. I want to have one each of all of the Witch from Mercury high grades snap built so I can have a display with all of them. I could see going back to this kit and painting a copy of it and like changing proportions and doing all that cool stuff, but I think it would be another instance of the kit. I don't think it would be this one right here. Repose day, where you clean your display case, dust it, and repose the kits all at once. So kit bashing, extreme customization like transforming a Gundam into Batman Gundam or Bat Gundam. NJ IPMS really slacking in social media. Haven't uploaded like a quarter of stuff. That was on display at Mosquito Con. Oh, yeah, that was this weekend, wasn't it? Today? Or was that last weekend? I feel like we were talking about last weekend, so it must have been this weekend. Just pretend arms cut off with beam zero battle damage. Yeah, it was today. How was that? Good turnout? Did not place in anything. Well, then it must have been bad, right? Do this next. You could turn out for the mecha categories. I met one of the mecha discorders. Cool. Do you have any idea how many models were on the table for like the Gundam category or categories? Is it one or multiple? I think that's one that people have suggested I should go to. But the worst part about paneling kits is trying to make sure you don't miss a spot. It's kind of like the worst thing about painting too, in my opinion. They had a 144 smaller, 143 and bigger, a General Mecha Sci-Fi Robots category. It's not bad. We get more modern looking Gundams, but I can't help but orbit around the retro designs or something about out-fashioned, awkward looking robots I love. Denny's Con tomorrow. I will not be going this year. You don't have time with events. Looking at the panel line you just put on. Yeah, that's bad too. 50-ish kits total, counting the few that were in other categories. That's not bad at all. That's pretty good. It's good to hear. Time yet? Time yet for what? Panel line, I go limb by limb, compare them as I go so I don't miss anything. Yeah, it's hard. The engineer in me wants to have like a checklist. It's not super feasible. For the drawing, I'm going to call time here in a sec. GMPMS. As soon as we open expanding past the old kit builders next year, I'm out to win the best New Jersey category. The special category, so only one winner, but a Jersey themed Gundam. What's a Jersey themed Gundam look like? All right, it's call time. I don't know. I think Butcher Mercury is a good entry point for some people. You have to almost know what the individual's into. Okay, 10 to 450, 115. No 115. Only Blood Moon 115 had used 115. No Wanners. Well, the USS New Jersey UB-62 was the most decorated Navy ship in history and had the largest cannons in history. Its motto was firepower for freedom. That would be a big cannon and DACA on DACA before DACA in reserve. Okay. You can get behind that. We're on board with that. What's up, Jason S? Can we take a second to recognize the power of that dad joke? Oh, man. There are so many things wrong with this design. Oh, Paul Tats Unite. One of his nicknames was Black Dragon. You know, if you want to look sick in a black color scheme as well, I have ideas. And a year. Did they announce the special category at the show, or was it known ahead of time? Show. Nice. Well, from you say what's up, 10 Jiro. Doing this panel lining almost makes me think I should go back to just panel lining during the build. It's a lot easier in the long run. Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't know why I got away from it. Maybe because there are a bunch of builds that I was planning on painting. This rifle has a ton of panel lines. Back modding so tedious, I'm afraid I'll break something. Like in some ways it's nice to just be in that mode rather than have to constantly shift what I'm doing. I feel like there's other costs as well, so I don't know. I really just want to stop piling up work in progress stuff. Part of me almost thinks I should just take on a massive project for the stream. Just not snap build anything new for a while and just work on this crazy project, whatever that project would be. But then I gotta think of that project. I might need to do prep work for that project each week. I don't know. Not as I won't do it. Back in panel line my command quant and was like, why don't I do this 3 years ago when I built it? I remember that I didn't want to back things because it's too advanced. New project to do a 1-to-1 ratio gunpla build. Great thing is USS NJ is still technically able to fight. Did a rehaul last year to keep her in semi-fighting shape in case the Navy wants to scare the shit out of people again. Was that what it was for? I thought it was just, I remember hearing about that because I think it was like right before I went on vacation or something they pulled it to do that. Back is killing me. I'm gonna start sitting with better posture all week or something. Let's do these arms in tandem here. You need a dry docker because they were falling apart or hadn't been updated since the 80s or earlier. User cannot fight. Check the YouTube page for the ship. It has great information, but no haul and Xeon. Kind of what I figured. It says Iowa made her a fast attack submarines. The Navy is making waves. You're not doing me. The USS Constitution is the oldest active duty Navy ship on roster, so maybe the New Jersey has a similar thing going on. I don't know. Well, maybe we'll call it the Constitution if we ever needed to fight too. That'd be great. They wouldn't know what hit them. I want to watch that action comedy movie. All right, so we should figure out our next draw here. It's like a trade ship, but it's actually active. It's more of a publicity thing. BB-62 is stricken from the registry. There's actually a new USS New Jersey. It's a submarine for some reason. Well, there was a period where the ships named after states were all like battleships, right? And they don't make new battleships anymore, so they must have transitioned them for the submarines or something. Sides, front, and shoulders. Look at that side. Gun could have been a destroyer. There wasn't a lot of guns on the side. Done like Gundam. Cool, how was it? I haven't gotten to the Gundam yet. It's a few away from me, I think, in terms of my which kits to build. Alright. So I said we're gonna do this next draw. Let's do this next draw. Go pick up some pizza in a bit. I hope my number doesn't get called. Okay, I got it. Let's do a number from 10 to 300. And what is the weirdest kit you've ever built? 10 to 300. What is the weirdest kit you've ever built? Remember, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship US addresses. You must be present to win. Your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comment for it to be a valid entry. 10 to 300, and what is the weirdest kit you have ever built? Nichi Thorn. Tank Notchin, Cup Noodle, Sneak Sight, MG Ball, Polypod Ball. I got a Polypod. Weirdest in whichever way you deem weird enough for the question. It makes you go, what were they thinking when they designed this kit? There you go. Yeah, these are visible. Okay. Do these and come back to it. Okay. Nightstand from Ashley Furniture. Kids in general are weird. I can believe that. They got some weird stuff going on. The Thor forums are terrible. Yeah, they're a little weird. I wonder where I got that question idea from. This thing completely shatters as I try to put it together. Oh, it's so bad. The legs are so short. Oh, that makes me so sad. call time in a few moments here. Draw that. I still don't open a kit, so I guess I'm going to switch gears and build the HG Man Roadie now. What's keeping you from opening the kit, man? That's crazy. Alright. The proportions are so weird. Alright, where if we go 10 draws like last week? I doubt it. Okay, I think that one is good to be written off as complete. So I'm going to set this aside. The other one I wanted to panel line was my Ultron. Probably start tonight and then hopefully finish next week. Get his friends over, it's gonna end up being a cleanup crew. That'll do it. Gorilla arms and chicken legs. Alright, let's call time. Okay, 10 to 300 I believe was the range. Time is called, so 120. I don't see a winner. I'll let you guys confirm. If that's the case, we will draw again in a little bit. I wonder if that guy ever got that kit. Streammate told me to send info over, but couldn't find his YouTube page to message him. Alright, no winners. Okay, we'll draw again momentarily. RNG lowballing us tonight. Forgot how awesome this one was. Panel line it and then hopefully get to do decals on it at some point on stream as well. Set the box aside over here. Dragon Fang, yeah. The extension on it's so much better than the Shenlaw. P-Bandit. Ultron comes in August and Pumped. It's a good kit. Still need to do my Sandrock custom. I want to look up how to take this stuff apart. I want to break it. There's my Bandai water slides at least. God. Okay, so they do snap around. Last one I built my MG Sandrock custom, besides the recolor purple, all it's different as a cloak. When I did my standard MG Sandrock. Yeah, I mean it's not super different, but it's still gonna look cool. Set up this last straw tonight. I'm crashing, fading fast here. I'm so tired. Okay, so number range, stuff unbuilt gimmick. Let's watch the squad meme edits. Okay, I got a question. This will be a little different one. Let's do a number from 10 to 65. And what kit would you like to be the last kit you ever built, right? What's the pinnacle, the one that you want to be that final one when you know all the stuff, you know, you can wait on, but that you want to make sure you build it before you're done. 10 to 65, what is the last kit you want to build? Let's do a number from 10 to 65 is the number range. One number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win. You can answer the question and the number. Have to be in the same comment for the valid entry. 10 to 65. And what is the last kit you want to build? God. Fading fast, man. Trying to gradually work my alarm earlier in the morning just to try to get into a little bit better routine and get out the door more consistently when I'm heading to work and stuff. And I don't know, it's wearing on me. Okay, let's say that one's done. Perfect grade Zaku, then I'll walk into the sunset. There you go. Sorry to call was a question. What is the last kit you ever want to build? And the number range is 10 to 65. Time in about 5 minutes. Hopefully we can get a winner in less than 11 attempts. The other thing really not helping the sleep situation either. My daughter's had a bunch of bad nights here and there. Don't know what's going on, but she doesn't seem to want to sleep or let us sleep. I was getting Mandalorian theme vibes in this song. I don't know. I guess I could get like a Star Wars-ish theme off of it, maybe. Star Wars vibe. Ish. Clean these off and call time. I pick one of the 5-star story kits as a final build. What makes you say that? There's something about them, something you're really into, or into the series, or something? Also, just whatever is biggest, go out in a bang. clean up these super thin parts is a little nerve-wracking. You have the Glory of Losers upgrade kit for your Ultron. I do not. I don't have any of the Glory of Losers stuff except for the E-Gel unit heavy arms. I have Chinese upgrade kit for my Abrams EW custom. It makes it so much better. It's just a blue E-Gel unit. The E-Gel unit's pretty cool. I'm thinking I might combine mine with the at least the double barrel, double Gatlings. From the Heavy Arms Custom. Just running 30-minute fantasy using the sail. Liberator Warrior looks menacing. I've heard good things about the 30-minute fantasy stuff. Haven't built one myself yet, but they look interesting. Look pretty cool. And all the other 30-minute mission stuff is pretty awesome, so it would make sense if they are also awesome. There we go, just for solidity's sake. Better than 2 double Gatlings is 4 double Gatlings and more missiles. Build one on a stream, but only after you finish the Witch HG line. Finally, right? This one is pretty simple, but lots of articulation and customization. I probably will at some point. They're just not super high on my priority list. Alright. Let's call it a night because I am exhausted. Time is called okay, 10 to 65, 31. I feel like that was half the numbers last week. Hopefully that's not a bad sign. Okay, so I think there's more than 131 here. So we've got Brandon Kidwell. Or is that the previous question? No, I think it's the same question. Dice switches. Okay, let me. Brandon Kidwell. We have Matrix Kage. I think it's only a two-way tie. I think it's just Brandon Kidwell and Matrix Kage. So I think it's the coin rather than the die. Alright, so coin time. So Matrix and Brandon call heads or tails. Whoever calls it first will get it, and then I'll flip the coin. Brandon calls tails. Matrix calls tails, but Brandon called it first. So if it's tails, it's Brandon. Heads is Matrix. So I'll flip the coin. I'm going to catch it on the back of my hand. If I drop it, I reflip. Here we go. Good catch. And it was tails. So, congratulations, Brandon. You can send an email to support@mechawarehouse.com with your info. And we'll get that sent out this week. Congratulations. So, that takes us to the end of the stream tonight. We'll be back next week, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll pick up where we left off, panel lining this kit. And then probably starting a fresh snap build. So hope to see you then. Don't forget, we do have that 10% on all in-stock items with code LIVE10. That's good for, I don't know, another 20-30 minutes or so. So definitely take advantage of that if you are placing an order tonight. And yeah, otherwise, see you guys next time. I'm going to go crash because